Hey, Maria back with another video. It's 9:55 a.m. July 28th. It is Sunday morning, and I woke up early this morning. I actually think I went to bed at a reasonable time, maybe 11 or something around there. Anyway, I slept pretty good this weekend, and I'm very grateful for it. Although I did get up a couple of times, that's my routine, because I got this jitter inside me. I gotta keep moving, So I did get up this morning. I didn't want to leave the house today. That was not my intention. I didn't want to go anywhere. But then I looked in my refrigerator. I'm like, you don't have any food. It is easy to be old Mother Hubbard in your house when you have a very tiny little refrigerator. I only buy enough to last me like 3 days. My main food that I make, my dish, I guess I make a meal, and then I store the leftovers in there, and that takes up a huge space. Imagine like a big pan or a bowl or a pot or whatever taking up a space, and one little shelf. You get like 2 shelves in this little tiny refrigerator. And then on the other bottom, you have things that you like, your dairy products or whatever. It's hard, okay? It's hard with a tiny little refrigerator. So I mean, somewhere in the future, I have to get another refrigerator. I don't know what's going to happen with all this shit that I'm trying to plan, but whatever. It's just like I really, it's inconvenient, okay? It's inconvenient. So if, I'm used to getting like enough food to last at least a week. I have to go to the grocery store every few days now, and because of the size of that stupid refrigerator, which I'm grateful to have it, don't get me wrong, but whatever. Anyway, starting off the morning pretty well. I'm going to be doing my Udemy course this afternoon, which is good. I mean, I've already gone through like 30-something lessons. They're very short lessons, which is good. The way he explains them is so wonderful because they're done in increments, and it's all hands-on, and it really helps a lot. Even though some of the stuff I already know, it's still good because it's like a refresher, and then also shows me more things, more options that I can use, and I'm like, wow, I didn't even think about that. So it's an enjoyable thing, okay? I'm not always feeling my bubbliest, because doing anything right now is like, I feel very sad, inside of myself. Like, I want to do things, I want to move, and I'm just like stagnant, and it's very, very frustrating. I am sitting in the dark right now. I'm trying to keep the heat out of my house as much as I possibly can. It's going to be about, I believe they said it's going to be like 108 today. That's insane, okay? That's insane weather. Yesterday was pretty hot too. It was like 105, and I pretty much had to do everything I could to keep the house cool, and even with my air conditioners in that particular room, it was still very, very warm. I mean, it's just unreal. So I'm trying to retain as much cool air as I possibly can before I have to switch on to my other air conditioning system. So anyway, I'm just letting you know this is the life of a TI, okay? Crazy. So anyway, I was watching a video today. It was Finding the Truth About Gang Stalking. She did a video about everything in GFs. Everything you do is a conspiracy against your perps, right? The perps are work behind the scenes, okay, and they do things behind your back. Okay, they're mask wearers. They want you to come to their house. They want you to mingle among them so that they could manipulate you and destroy your life, basically. So when they think that you're on the phone, or they think that you're going out somewhere, sometimes, not in all cases, okay, but they're afraid that you're going to start talking about them, okay, because they want to make sure that they always have a good image in the eyes of other people, okay. So, they tell employers and your so-called ex-friends or whatever, they tell them things about you, and they don't want you to ever be able to defend yourself. They present themselves probably as decent people, concerned people, caring people. Meanwhile, they're doing things behind the scenes so they can basically destroy your life. They're wicked people. So what they're afraid of is retaliation. They're well-deserved retaliation. They're always afraid that you're going to conspire against them, to hurt them, to get back at them, okay? First of all, I would like to say that these people deserve every bit of damnation that would come on or befall them, okay? But I'm not in a position to go out of my way to create some sort of scheme to get back at these people. I just want to move on with my life, okay? Forgetting these people is all I really want to do. That's all I care about. When it comes to, I was going to say, I'm losing my train of thought here. Some people are cursed from the very beginning, okay? They don't need to be conspired against. They don't need to have any sort of punishment doled out on them, because their life in their existence is a punishment. Their life in existence is of a lower level state of being. That's why they do the things that they do. They're not happy with themselves, so they want to attack other people. Okay? They're jealous, they're possessive, they're manipulative, evil people. Okay? And somebody with that kind of mindset, do you need to wish them any more harm? Sure, they might be prospering, they do all kinds of nasty, horrible things so that they can get on top. Okay? But deep down inside, these people are horribly, their existence is horrible. Okay? They don't have the inner happiness, the inner peace inside of them. That's why they do what they do. So I can wash my hands of the idea of getting back with these people. Now, in my heart, if there was no laws in this world, okay, where I didn't have to suffer any consequences, would I take action to get revenge on these people? You damn right I would. I would, okay? But it's not worth the price that I would have to pay. So it's better to move on. These people deserve to be taken off the face of the earth, obviously. Okay, but me being the law-abiding citizen, not because I think that these people should be respected, but I don't want to get myself into trouble. See? That's about self-control, So anyway, yeah, everything they do is a conspiracy. I don't care what these people do with their life. Just stay out of mine. That's all I really care about. I'm not the kind of person that ever wants to cause harm on anyone. I would never do something like what these people have done, because even when I was younger, and I had my petty ways about me too. I knew what it was you had to do in order to fit in. You would gossip, you would do all the other things and these stuff, but I would never ever in the past, now that I'm who I am now, I don't even participate in that petty shit, but I would never conjure up something like that in my mind. It would never come into my heart to behave like these people. Okay? And I understand that sort of attitude is very common in the minds of many people. Many people have incorrect ways of thinking. They are primitive in their behavior. They are animalistic and very primitive. They think because they want what you have, or they're jealous, or whatever the issue is, they feel as though they have some sort of right to mistreat you. Okay? And obviously we've learned from fairy tale stories, or lessons in school, biblical parables, whatever, all kinds of life lessons, whether that be in the secular world or the religious world. We know that is not what you're supposed to do. Okay? Jealousy is looked upon in a very bad way. Okay? And personally, from a biblical standpoint, as well as like a spiritual, which I think they're one and the same. Okay? I believe that when you allow jealousy to get into your heart, okay, when it can overcome and overtake you, like the way that it does in some cases, okay, and you don't let it go, it can manifest in demonic influence or demonic possession. Okay? And what I experienced personally from these people and this whole entire situation, and the very fact that these demons were cast into other people personally, I really do believe that this is what I was dealing with, because the evil was just so strong, and I could actually sense it. It opened up many centers inside of myself. Okay? And I understand sometimes you might see somebody, like, for example, I'm not a car person, okay, but there are some classic cars that I'm like, God damn, that's cool, right? I forgot which car this was, okay, but it was one of those, it was like a Mustang, okay? It was a Mustang, I think it was like a 1965, 1966 Mustang, okay? It was gorgeous, okay? Driving down the street, beautiful. You should have saw the rims on this car. It was gorgeous, and it was a convertible, and I was like, my God, that's gorgeous, right? And I kept thinking, that would be so cool to ride in that vehicle. and the dashboard looked great. Everything about it was immaculate, right? But some people, they look at this particular vehicle and it might come into their heart, well, if I can't have it, no one can. So they might go and follow this person and take their keys and scratch their car or something like that. When we hear about these sort of things, this is an act of jealousy, and these people are acting on their jealousy. Okay? Now, when you see something that somebody else has, it's your responsibility. It could do one thing. It could burn you up with jealousy, or it could inspire you to follow out your own dreams, whatever they may be. Okay? Some people may not necessarily have ever thought about getting a Mustang, but suddenly, all of a sudden, because they see this other person who has it, they start wanting it. Okay? Or maybe what they should do is say, well, I would like that vehicle. What can I do to get that? Get online. If that's what they want, if they saw something that triggers something they want, then they need to start taking those necessary steps to get those sort of things. Okay? You don't plow over other people or destroy their things just because, okay? It's jealousy, plain and simple. Okay, so when people enact this sort of stuff and they can't get it under control, this is what it manifests into. It can be evil. And there was this movie, oh my gosh, I forgot the name of it. It was a Denzel Washington movie, okay? And I saw it because it was recommended on YouTube by someone else. And I actually watched it. I could have been the name Fallen. I don't know. Maybe I could be wrong. But anyway, it's about demonic possession. This particular person was singing this old, Rolling Stone song, "The Time Is on My Side." And the next thing you know, it traveled into somebody else. Okay? It's very similar. Okay? Somebody can tell you something, and you're acting on it, and it becomes malicious. That's one of the reasons why so many people, even the most well-meaning people, the so-called kind people, in mobbing situations and community harassment issues or situations, they become completely different people. Like the morals are out the window. They don't even think about whether they're doing what's right or wrong. Okay, because to me, jealousy is a demon. It is a demon, and it can travel from one person to another. It's spread throughout the whole goddamn country and possibly the world. So nip that shit in the bud. Okay, when I see people that I admire, I don't get jealous or petty or competitive. I don't. Okay, like I saw this one girl. Okay, she was at the sandwich shop. Okay, it was like a few years ago. She was wearing this gray nail polish. Okay, now mind you, I kept thinking, because we pink, red, sometimes clear, whatever. Okay, but those are the standard stuff that everybody wears. Okay, so sometimes you want to do something a little different. Okay, because those things can get boring. Okay, they can get very boring. So I thought, I'd like to give that a try. I'd like to give it a try. Now, I wasn't jealous of her fingernails. Okay, that was petty, right? But still, instead of rolling my eyes or whatever, then why don't you go out and try it? I tried it. It looked horrible on me. I looked like a dead corpse. Okay, it looked really creepy on me. So I knew not to do that. But I'm saying is, when you want something that someone else has, it should inspire you. Okay, it should inspire you. Now, some girls, like for example, I think that little look with what do you call that look? Some people call it the rockabilly look. I could never rock that look. It wouldn't look good on me. But I've seen some girls wear it. Okay, and there's a lot of people who roll their eyes at these people like whatever. But that's their style. Okay. But some of the time when people are saying these sort of things, it's because they deep down inside want to do what this person's doing, and they may not be bold enough, they may not be brave enough, or creative enough, or whatever, or even comfortable enough to do that. So the first thing they want to do is they want to criticize it, And instead of criticizing it, why don't? And maybe you don't like that rockabilly look. Okay, maybe you don't. All right, what kind of looks do you like? Why don't you get out there and try something? Do something. Change something. If you don't like it, change it. If it reminds you of something, of making you feel bad because you don't feel good about yourself, then do something about yourself so you can feel good about yourself instead of trying to tear someone else down. Like I said, whether it be through the education system, fairy tales, the Bible, whatever religious document you read, any sort of spiritual principle, okay, is going to tell you that this sort of action is wrong. Okay, you don't behave that way. Okay, I remember this one girl, and I think she was inspired with my sister. Okay, but she was being a complete and total bitch, right? For no reason, obviously, because she was being perp, she became a perp, and the demon spread onto her. So I basically confronted her, and her answer was, well, I was jealous. Like, that just rolled out of her mouth. Like, that was, well, I was jealous, so therefore I did this, 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 and this. That is the most grown adult people are behaving in this manner, okay? This is not what you do. You do not harm another person. I would love to have a better place to live, okay? Does that mean that I'm going to cruise down to certain neighborhoods where that CPA lives? I personally doesn't, to me, is not worth a shit. Should I go sit there and egg his house because I don't have a nice house like he does? No. You know, what you do is you try to gather your sources and figure out what the fuck to do. I probably will never own a house, okay? Just because these people fucked my shit up so bad. But my point is that if you want something in your life, the only way you're going to get it is to do the things that you want to do. Okay, don't let it sit there and burn you up. If you want a house, go get yourself a house, or make the best of what you have. Okay, maybe your house is, you want a luxurious house, you can't afford one. Make your house as luxurious as you possibly can make it. Okay, maybe you can't afford those sort of things. Can you do something with your hands? You know, it's all about self-improvement. That's what it is about. So anyway, yeah, I think we want to, deep down inside, we would love to wipe these people off the face of the earth because of the pain that they've caused you. Okay? But there are, like I said, some people are in a constant state of misery, which makes them behave the way that they behave. They can't change themselves. I think narcissism and all these sort of traits, these hardwired traits, okay, are demons walking around. And I have to look at them that way. Okay? And it's like, that's the only way you can look at it. Because for them to sit here and inflict stuff and then constantly worry that you're going to get, going to get back at them, they don't want you to ever get back at them. They don't want to. They don't want that to happen. But they deserve it. They deserve it. Okay? So, anyway, I'm going to wrap this video up. I hope you have a wonderful Sunday. Take cover from the heat. If you got a swimming pool, make use of it, okay? Be very grateful that you... By the way, if you have a swimming pool, there's a certain part of me that's kind of envious of you right now. But I'm not going to sit here and go through town and sit here and, like, pee or do something to desecrate other people's swimming pools, okay? I just simply say, well, I don't have a swimming pool. The best thing I can do is get one of those inflatable ones and maybe splash around a little bit. Make the best of what you got. Wrapping up this video. Have a great day. Bye-bye.